Hi, it's Rachel. Spirit just wants me to share some information that came through during channelings in the last few months or came through during special Beyond the Veil sessions, the ones I do, Past Life, Meet Your Guides, Quantum Healing, um, Goddess Activations, Gift and Abilities, just things that have came through that was for that person, but also for the masses, for the world. So we want to um, share that today. They've been on me all morning about this, so here we are. I'll give it a minute, see if anyone pops on. Sending out some invites to the ones that just automatically are there. Hey, somebody's here. Who do we got? Who's here? I can't see whose picture that is. Hey, Patricia. This is just a quick live. Um, hey, Rachel. Hey, Nicole. If you can't watch it right now, you can watch it later. Hey, Stacy. I don't do politics here. Sorry, girl. Um, So, Spirit has shared things recently in the last few weeks or couple months during sessions and channelings, and they've been tapping their foot with me all morning, wanting me to share some information that came through for everyone. I know, look at this necklace. Look at this necklace. It's my favorite, Elizabeth. I put it on all the time. I love it so much. Stacey, you can message me privately and I'll tell you what they say. But I don't do politics here. I don't want to. But also, hey, Anna, here's what I will say about politics and spirit. They do not look at it like we do. So, so I can tell you exactly what Spirit will say, and it will have nothing to do with political platforms. It will have nothing to do with individuals, individual parties, or people. Spirit are not like us. Spirit, you can call Spirit like maybe a libertarians, whatever that word is. I don't really know. They do not have political agendas. Spirit sees the world in a way that evolves and renews. So they are not, they could care less about a political platform. It's all about what's going to happen through people. So thanks, girl. Um, I put lip gloss on for you all. Hey, Angelica. Spirit wants me to share something about your session too. So, okay. I do these amazing sessions. We go across the veil. Some would call that to other dimensions. Someone called it the other day the fifth dimension. Hey, Kristen. But they are many dimensions and many realms, many worlds. Oh, yes, Patricia. Spirit does warn us and stuff, yes, for sure. I see comments a few minutes after y'all make them, but sometimes people ask about, hey girl, politics. It's just not what often we think that it is. So, y'all, like, these political parties, the people, Spirit looks at them differently than we do. So, anyway, okay, let's, things that Spirit wants to share. So, Spirit, as we flow into 2021, Spirit wants to make sure everyone knows. I laughed this morning when they said this. Sometimes being a human can be hard and confusing. They said they know this, because I was like, Spirit, sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's confusing, we don't get it, we're not understanding messages. They give us this message and we're like, well, what's that mean? I'm going to need the exact details of this. Can you put it in bullet points, highlight and emphasize the exact structure of this plan that my soul has for me in this world? And Spirit's like, y'all calm down. There's no bullet points. There is no official document. There's no official contract. There's no legal binding agreement that you all want there to be. So here's what Spirit says. It's so simple and we make it so hard. They say, number one, that we all do have a purpose. And that purpose, we look at it as, well, that's not very much. That's just a little thing. That is why our souls incarnate on this planet. Not everyone is coming to be the president. And they said not that being president is more grand than being whatever you are. Spirit does not compare the things that we do for one to be more grand than the other. It's just all role play. It's role play. And that is exactly how Spirit looks at it, as role play, as learning, as trying on a new character, as trying on a new role to see the results that can come. And they say that all the little things is what matters. If you made someone smile today, if you made someone feel a moment of love, because there's so much and many people in this world, some of them do not feel love from people on a daily basis. And so just being able to share kindness, compassion, understanding in just a way that you love unconditionally is the bullet points that they'll share with us. It is the small things. It's just giving brightness to someone's day, sharing light in every little way. Because they say if you were in a dark cave with no light, it's pitch black and you can literally see nothing. But if you strike one small match, it can light that entire cave. And they said this is their message. It's always been their message, and it will continue to be, because each match that we strike comes together to make a torch, a large flame, and it lights all the places of darkness. It lights the dark within us that sometimes we want to pretend isn't there. But we all have darkness. We all have sadness. We all have our down days. And when we strike a match for that other person, they say that is what makes the differences. And that's all that they intend for us. That is the thing they want us to do in whatever way that we can, for us to light that match and share a little bit of that light to bring light in whatever way. That is their message about that and what we want to do. Because so many people are asking, well, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Well, I'm doing this. Is there more? And we can do as much as we want. But there's no set goal. Like your soul, if you feel like you're a healer by spreading love and light and healing yourself and sharing that with others. You don't have to be a famous physician or famous surgeon to be a healer. So those people are healers on other levels. You know, healing is love and love is healing. And so that is what that is. And they said that with healing, sometimes it's just loving yourself, loving others. You don't have to torment yourself every day to be healed. You don't have to relive traumas. You don't have to relive wounds just to step into the now and be able to let those things go. And they said mostly that you have to forgive yourself. We're all special, Sonia. Why are you special? Because you're a magnificent soul. We're all magnificent souls. We're all special. We are all magnificent because we're all part of the Creator. So why would you not have gifts? Why would I not have gifts? We all have gifts and abilities, and they may all be different than each other's. I'm unable to levitate, but that does not mean that the guru that levitates is more special than me, you know, or you. So we all have gifts and abilities, and we're all special. We're all magnificent beings. Everyone on this planet is a master for being able to come and incarnate here and share themselves with the world in whatever ways. Be kind to ourselves. That's exactly right, Nicole. Be kind to ourselves. Love ourselves. See ourselves for the amazing beings that we are. And stop beating ourselves up for mistakes that we think we've made or wrong choices, because there's no mistakes and there's no wrong choices. It's that thing we keep hearing. Everything is learning. Everything's a lesson. You know, so my personal experience, I was in an abusive marriage, physically, mentally, every which way. And one of the things that held me there was I felt guilt. I felt responsibility. I felt like this was somehow my fault. And even after I escaped it and moved on, the biggest thing for me to let go of was the guilt that I carried for, not that my son was ever exposed to it, but just that I had this person in my son's life. I beat myself up. What kind of mom was I that I was with someone that treated me that way and I hid it from my son? I felt guilty, but the freedom was in forgiveness. But it wasn't easy because I beat myself up about that for years, days, months. And when my son's father would bring it up to me, I would tell him, don't bother. There is no one in this world that beats myself up more over that than me. I didn't need anyone to remind me. I carried that every day and beat myself up every day for years. And the freedom came when I forgave myself and realized that I had lessons in that, and my lessons was about learning my value, and that it continued as long as it took for me to learn my value, to learn my worthiness. And so once I was able to accept that it was a lesson on my value, my worthiness, I was able to give myself forgiveness. And even I talked to my son and shared it with him to let him know, because I felt like there was a lesson there, for him to know just how strong a woman I was, how strong of a mother that I was. I no longer looked at it as a weakness, but I wanted him to be aware of how people treat each other in this world. And I hope that he takes that and never does that to someone. So forgiveness is often the key to healing, loving ourselves, giving ourselves compassion and understanding, and giving ourselves the forgiveness, because those people aren't going to ask for forgiveness. And even if they do, it doesn't change how we feel. It's about stepping into your warrior state. You know, we have different states that Spirit taught me about. We have our victim state, we have our survival state, and we have our warrior state. And you have to go through all those states in healing to get to where you need to be. to have your freedom. You know, you might be getting out of a situation or addiction, you know, even addiction, abuse, relationships. When you start to step out of that, you have to step into survival. You're going to survive it. And in that survival state is where you begin to get things in order, begin to face emotions, begin to feel those wounds, begin to think, why the heck did I put myself there? How did I get there? Why did I stay so long? And in the victim state is where you're just don't know what you're doing, but y'all, in the survival state, Spirit says that's where we beat ourselves up. And you have to be able to give yourself forgiveness and know that it was to learn something. And then once you're like, okay, here's what I was supposed to learn, it has something to do about this. And y'all, you will not get the bullet point presentation of your learning. It just, Spirit says that it's not how it works. So we're just going to be like, you know what? I think I was supposed to learn, for me, for my example, I was supposed to learn about my value and my worthiness and just take it from there. And then it can grow. And then you're able to step into your warrior energy. And that's where you are triumphant. You overcome it. You know who you are. You see your value. You see your lesson. And then part of that is to help others and to share with others your story, your journey, because it can help them somehow. That's when you're in your warrior energy, your warrior goddess. You know, and there's nothing wrong with the other stages and phases, because without one, you can't have the other. You can't be a warrior if you've never been in a war, right? You can't be a warrior if you've never fought in a war. So, you know, we can see all kinds of movies, TV shows with wars. My favorite wars are ones like with Vikings, you know, like Highlanders. Like, I love those time periods, but you all think about that. Um, Without a battle and without a war, you can't be a warrior. So, you know, the Spirit wants us to know that. I guess I just feel like I was like going on about that, but that's what Spirit gives us. That's what they wanted us to know about what's been coming through. I love Vikings too. I love Highlanders. I loved Game of Thrones. I love all those like amazing time periods. But without a war, you can't be a warrior. And that doesn't mean you have to stay in war mode. They don't want you to stay in war mode. They just want you to be able to take your experiences and overcome it and share it with others so that others can get through their battle. Because you all, like they say this all the time, without sadness and hurt, you can't know joy and love. Sometimes I'm like, do you ever just want to flip your spirit guides the bird? You know, when they're like, oh, without a broken heart, you can't know true love. Do you ever just want to flip on the bird? You know, but it's true. Like, if we never got our feelings hurt, how would we know what that was like? How happy would you be if you didn't know how sucky it was to be sad? You know, I guess it's true. You know what I mean? Like, if you never got your heart broken, how would you know how great it would be to find relationships? And I'm not even talking about romantic ones. How would you know how great it would be to have a sisterhood or a best friend or a soulmate or a forever love if you never knew the opposite of that? You know, how would you know how great a sisterhood is if you hadn't gotten screwed over by some girl somewhere? You know what I mean? So I do think that that's how we learn. I I'm reading the comments. Yeah, Sonia, like, have you ever gotten screwed over by someone you thought was your girlfriend? Like, you thought they had your back and they didn't, or they took advantage of, they betrayed you. Without going through that, how would you know how wonderful it would be to have like amazing friendships with other women? So we learn from those things. We have to honor it. We can't always flip spirit off over it. It happens. Doesn't mean they suck. It doesn't mean we suck. It's just one of those things that we got a lesson, or maybe we see a place where we need to change, evolve, or heal, or maybe we're like, they clearly have some hurt that they've not worked through, and send them love. Y'all, I recently felt betrayed by someone. You know what I did? Every time I got frustrated and angry about it, I sent her love, because I was like, I don't understand this, but I'm going to send us both some love, So sometimes you got to suck it up and send some love. So Spirit wanted to talk about that. And then yesterday I did a session and Spirit showed something beautiful. So the client actually, and this has happened a couple times, the client actually just had me to connect with her higher self and see and to channel. And so I did. And her higher self showed this place, like was telling her that she hadn't tapped in there, but it was information for everyone. The higher self showed this realm. And y'all, this is how I saw it. So it's like symbolism. But I saw it as, come on, Sadie. My dogs are sitting here, one up here. I saw it as this realm with, like when a dandelion blooms and it has its wish petals. So there was this realm of dandelion bloom wish petals floating around everywhere. And so I'm like, with her higher self looking, I'm like, what's this dandelion bloom realm? I was like, what is this? So her higher self says, this is the manifesting realm. And so I know that I was shown it the way I was, as symbolism. So you all may see it differently, but they said that there's a realm that we would call the wish realm. And that is a place that we can connect to manifest, to bring our heart's desires to life. It has all that wish energy, and you get there through your heart and what your heart's desires are. But it was so pretty. And so now I love thinking of it like that there's this energy realm for us that has dandelion bloom, wish petals just floating there and just waiting for us to make a wish. So that's what they wanted me to share about manifesting. Just manifest from your heart, from your heart's energy of pureness, just, of your truth, of your pureness. They wanted to share that. And then I keep seeing when Angelica had all those beings behind her. And at first we thought they were like soul family. And then when she got into the stream of energy water, they all got in there and became one with her. And that was like different parts of her. She was like refragmenting, the fragments that had became her, little parts and pieces that were scattered. She stepped all back into herself. I can't get that out of my head. To just... You all, I see it over and over. Recently with Chrissy, we learned there was like, she was given access to look at 33 universes, and each universe had its own creator. Each universe had its own worlds, planets, realms, dimensions. And for her, and I'm sure for all of us, there was a soul aspect of her in all of those places. Like, when she looked at the Akashic records for that, there was millions. And I just think about that with Angela, seeing all the aspects of herself step into that stream and connect into one place, into one soul. Just how truly big and magnificent that we are. Spirit says it might be important for some of us to know that. Like, if you can tap into that energy and into your guides and guardians, then you will know that you're never alone. Sometimes we feel alone, but we have the free will to connect with our soul and all the aspects of who we are, wherever they're at, where we have the free will to connect with spirit, God's guardians, the creator. We have the free will to never, ever feel alone in this world. And if we don't choose to connect, it's okay. It doesn't mean we missed a bus. Doesn't mean we missed something. Not everyone soul intended to remember their enlightenment. You know, also in a session, it was in Chrissy's session, Spirit said that we are all ascended masters. And I was uncomfortable with that word. And so the soul said that we can call it ascended gurus. That each and every one of us that is sharing our spiritual journey, sharing love, sharing light, that we are ascended gurus, because that means we have used our free will to see our enlightenment, to see our magnificent beings of what we are. And she called us all ascended masters or ascended gurus. I was uncomfortable with ascended masters, so she said we could call it gurus. So, because when I think of a master, I think of Yeshua, Jesus, many call Buddha. You know, I think of gods and goddesses, and I'm like, I'm belittling myself when I feel like I can't compare to them. Spirit just said it. I belittle myself when I think, well, I can't compare myself to those masters. Who am I? Sonia, remembered a minute ago when you were like, why am I special? And they gave you a big message. And now I'm sitting here doing it like, I'm no ascended master, but they said, fine, call yourself an ascended guru, whatever word. So, see, they had to remind us that we belittle ourselves at times. So just remember your ascended masters, ascended gurus, whatever you want to feel or whatever you can accept, that you are amazing for seeing your soul and seeing the universe and the cosmos and each other for the divinity of which you are. That anyone that does that, you're ascended masters. Sonia, when someone says that, I think, gosh, you know, I guess I am brave enough to share, because I remind myself all the time how much courage and bravery it takes to share our intimate moments, our private moments, our struggles, our wars, you know. To even go live is bravery and courage, you know. I only went live for the first time a few months ago, and I was so scared. I was like, people are going to judge me. They're going to be like, she's fat, she's ugly, her hair's thin, you know, her face is puffy. Like, these are all the things that go through my head every time I turn this camera on. And the first time I ever went live, I literally had been out in the yard. It was a spur of a moment thing. Someone asked me if I could go live to do a seller spotlight thing just to get the group going. And I went live with my hair on top of my head, no makeup on, just being me. And I was like, no one commented anything about how crazy I looked. And Spirit's like, that's because no one cares. Like, we judge ourselves so hard, but our sisters are not judging us like that. Some might be, but on them, you know. But those of us who are in our light and stay in our light, we're not picking each other apart. You know, we're not. We're just like, oh, look, yesterday, Sonia, I watched her live and I was like, man, I want all her hair because I keep cutting mine off for some reason. I'll go give myself a trim, and next thing you know, there's 3 inches missing. I saw your live, and all I was just like is, I just love her hair. I want all that hair. You know, we're not picking each other apart. We just think that we are. We just think that we're all judgy on each other, but we're not. I'm sitting there thinking how much I love Sonia's long hair, and I want that long hair. How cute she is. I'm like, she got her headpiece on today. She's got all her bracelets on. Um, Angelica, you say you're shy and you get self-conscious. And I'm just like, Angelica, you are so perfect. Like, your makeup's always perfect. Your hair is always perfect. Your eyelashes are perfect. Your eyebrows are perfect. Just last week I was in here. Look, I got this little trimmer thing out to trim my eyebrows and almost gave myself a V cut. I'm like, man, I just look, I'm like, Angelica's always so perfect. And then she'll say she's afraid to go live. You're crazy, girl. Yeah, we support each other. We love each other. So let's think if, okay, let me ask Spirit if there was anything I'm missing. Because they were tapping their foot on me this morning. Y'all, Spirit must be in me. I am burning up and sweating right now. What is wrong? I started talking. I'm telling you, my back is like, I'm heating up. Something's happening. Spirit says the biggest thing is just knowing that you do not have to be famous to be special. You don't have to be famous to be doing your role for your purpose. It's all the small things that create the new world. I think they said that's the biggest thing. And to know that we're always loved and supported. Hey, Sonia, I think what I'm going to do is download this live and put it on my YouTube channel, and that way it can be easily shared, because I'm so sporadic. I probably would deliver a whole other message. So let me just tell you guys. So Gaia has been on me for a few days. So this morning I was like, Gaia, you seem irritable. And I'm like, is she seeming irritable because I haven't shared her message yet? Or does she seem irritable because she has a stern message and I'm uncomfortable with sternness? Yeah, Sonia, I'll definitely do something. Maybe we can share this message. So I have to just tell you guys real quick what Gaia is all on this week. One, she says we're not recycling enough, that it's not a waste of time. She says we have too much waste. And I'm talking like this. This is what I feel like is a stern message. And it makes me uncomfortable, but this is how she is right now. Y'all are not recycling enough. It's not a waste of time. You have too much waste. And she says specifically us that make and sell things, we need to be using recycled boxes. And I'm like, I do as much as I can. I save every box. But she says it's okay to do that. Don't be embarrassed to send someone's item in a box that you got from someone else, to reuse that box as many times as possible. I almost have to giggle. I feel like a mean mommy or something. So she says that. And then, y'all, she is on this about death. She says it's ridiculous that we pay $7,000 to $10,000 or more on a coffin, on a fancy steel box to put in the ground that she cannot recycle. What do you think about that? She is annoyed. Like, I don't know if that's the right word. She says it's ridiculous. And she's very frustrated about this, but she wanted to get this message out to somebody. And I actually saw a meme the other day after she said this. So I was like, she's really getting her message out. She says it is ridiculous that we purchase steel boxes to put in the ground in a concrete box or vault or something. I don't know. I don't know what they do when they bury someone. I like missed that part. But apparently the coffin goes in another type of box with a lid. Or it can. Or maybe that's something different. Is that another type of burial? I'm not real sure. She says that's ridiculous. So whatever you take from that, she's not going to tell you how to bury loved ones, but she's just saying that this box stuff that won't break down is ridiculous. So whatever you want to do from that. She feels better now. Like, I feel like she's not annoyed anymore. She just wanted me to share that. Freya has been tapping her foot at me too for weeks now. She wants her spotlight. Like, she's like, yeah, I want my spotlight. I want to share a message. So she's going to share a message right now. Freya. She says, to get to your warrior state, to save yourself, to rescue yourself, that you're the only one that can and will. That if you're just sitting around waiting for someone to come, he's not, she's not, you got to do it yourself. That this is what she's always taught. To love yourself, to take care of yourself, to save yourself. And it's okay to share love with others. But she said she said that people have got to step out of that mode where they're waiting for someone to come and rescue them. They're waiting to meet some man to marry that's going to rescue them and change their life. She said the only person that's going to change your life is you. That is the only person who can. That you can get picked up in the limousine or the Maserati, but you're the same person when you show up inside that car as when you get out of that car. That you're the only one that's going to save you and rescue yourself. And she says you need to empower yourself and accept the power and the divinity that you are. So that's Freya's message. I feel like both Freya and Gaia were both just like, this morning. Were they stern? Was it weird to see me talking like that? Because y'all know I'm always like lollipops and unicorns, you know. And so I'm uncomfortable talking that way. But that's how they wanted to come through. So that was Freya's message. Save your own self. Okay, Freya. I'm all about that, y'all. I'm all about you better save your own self because have you all ever had Prince Charming show up? You know who Prince Charming is? Shows up. He don't have a job. He don't have a car. He don't have no money. He needs you to save him. That's what she's saying. Save yourself. Oh, Angelica's going to recycle more. We're all going to save ourselves now. And for the record, my burial plans are cremation. I hope that's okay. So I might just need a Viking death now. Just send me out to sea and let the fish eat me. I don't know. He's on probation. That's right, Nicole. Oh, he needs you to pay his fees. Yeah, I think that girl, Spirit for days is tapping their foot at me. And I'm like, I'm okay. I'm trying. I'm busy. Like, I have a job, y'all. I do sessions and stuff all day. I do sessions. I do Reiki sessions. I mean, I'm like, Spirit, I have to work. I have a job. So this morning, I really felt like they were testing me because they were on me about doing this. But then I'm like, Spirit, I need to do my daily Reiki and my yoga. And I think they were like pressuring me to see if I'd give in and just go live. And I'm like, I'm going to do me. And then they were like, good for you. Good for you, girl. I always joke I want to be cremated and put in small little bottles and give all my friends a little vial of me and take me on vacations so I never miss anything. I don't want you to dump me out. I just want you. I want you to keep taking me places. That's what I know. It sounds crazy. I'm going to use a recycled jar, Gaia. Don't worry. I'll save some recyclable glass jars or plastic and we'll use that. Don't worry. I wanted some little cute spell jars, but no, I'll use small used ones. I just want everyone to take a part of me anywhere they go because I love to travel. So that's where I am with that. I'm so glad that we did this. Spirit made me drink apple cider vinegar this morning. It was gross. So y'all know I have this Reiki series I created about transformation and weight loss and wellness and stuff. Sonia, I was thinking that let's save all of our spell jars. I'm going to need them since I can't just buy some after I use them. So I have this Reiki program, and like a month ago, Spirit, my higher self, during one of the journeys, told me that I needed to be drinking a little bit of apple cider vinegar each day. Well, that's super gross. I hate vinegar, so I definitely don't like apple cider vinegar. I tried it before. Total yuck fest. But I bought it, and it's just been sitting in there for a few weeks because I'm like, I really think I need it. What could it really do? But they keep reminding me of it. And then I saw someone share it on their story. So this morning I did my Reiki, and it was a journey day, which is so exciting. Those are like my favorite. Oh, maybe I need a capsule because it's awful. So this morning after my journey, Spirit's like, you gotta start doing the apple cider vinegar. And I'm like, oh. And they're like, you gotta dilute it with water and you can put honey in it. Well, y'all, some of the honey stuck in the cup and I didn't get it. So but it's only like 1 tablespoon. You would think I had to drink 16 ounces of it. It was 1 tablespoon with like 3 times as much water. And I put some honey in there and stirred it around and just shot it. And then I made this face for a little bit. 3 a day? What for? Is he trying to live forever? Because it's supposed to be super good for you. It's supposed to be 1, a natural laxative. 2, it lowers your cholesterol. It cleanses your liver. I'm guessing it burns all the stuff away because it's gross. It has some connection to weight loss, probably because if you drink enough of it, you don't want to eat anything, is the only thing I can figure. I don't know about that one. Because it was gross, and yeah, it must be that apple cider vinegar. That is gross with the mother stuff floating in it. I did it, you all. So help keep me accountable. I'll try to do it. I took a tumbler. I took like a water bottle, a reusable water bottle, not a single-use one, but a reusable BPA-free water bottle. Like, I feel like Guy's still here watching me. And I put 1 part apple cider vinegar and 3 parts water in it, just to kind of dilute it more. And then I squirted honey in there and shaking it up. So I got enough to do me a few days. I'm going to take a shot of it each morning. I'm going to do it. Apparently, Spirit really thinks I need it because they won't let it go. They won't let it go. All right, you all. Sorry to get on the apple cider vinegar at the end of this, but maybe they want you all to do it too. I think that's it. I'm pretty sure they want you all to do it with me. See, Angelica needs to do it. See, I'm like, this is so dumb to talk about apple cider vinegar, but I bet there's someone here that should do it with me. I just want someone to share it with me because I don't like vinegar. I don't eat pickles or that vinegar dressing. I just don't like it. I don't have the taste buds for it. I didn't know I could get it in capsules. I might have to move on to that. Because I was like, this honey doesn't help. It's stuck in the plastic. It didn't even really mix in. So, what was that for? So, yeah, get you the capsules. I'm going to look for those. I didn't know that was an option. I wonder if, like, they dissolve and you taste it. Like, some, you know how, like, some fish oils are like that? They taste fishy even after. I wonder, because it is so potent. It's like, but I drank some water and did yoga and the taste went away. So I survived after I gave Spirit like the bad face the whole time going, y'all are gross. It's because y'all don't have taste buds. All right. Love you all. I'm going to hop off here. I'm starving. Everybody needs to do apple cider vinegar for sure. I'm starving. I need some food, y'all. I need something to eat. I'm gonna go find some food. I hope you all have a great day. I love you all. Hey, I'll be on later to draw the winners on the 2 giveaways. So if you don't have spots there yet, grab your spot. One of them is if you have a birthday in January. And the other one is we're just doing a giveaway because we're so excited. We got 500 members. And there's 3 winners on that one. 3 winners on the member giveaway. So there you go. Grab your spot there if you haven't already. All right, I love you guys. I'll see you later. Have a great day. Love and light.